Hey, KW family. Hey, I hope you're doing well, and I really do hope everybody's enjoying this warm weather. It's so fantastic. I love it. But anyways, let's get down to it. For those of you that weren't at Keller Williams Family Reunion, or for those of you that were at Keller Williams Family Reunion, I'm going to go over a few things that I had seen come from there, and it came from more of the economic speech. One, the thing that kind of surprised me was the interest rate predictions. You see, last fall, I had seen a lot of people predict that interest rates would possibly go into the 5% area, 5.5% maybe. Gary Keller got on stage and everybody got up there and said that we're probably going to see 6.5% for the rest of this year. So it'll hover around that 6.5% range. And so one of the things that I want to help you with is get in front of your buyers with that. There's plenty of buyers out there right now that are waiting for interest rates to drop. And I think that if some people were to show them some predictions, they may not decide to wait as long, right? Marry the home, date the rate. So there's that. Secondly, the month supply of inventory was amazing to see. For the last 4 years, we've been going up in the month supply of inventory, and I don't think it's any surprise to anybody what I'm about to share with you, but I want to help you with the articulation around how to talk with your buyers and sellers around what this really means. And when somebody says, are we in a buyer's market? Are we in a seller's market right now? What are we in? Anyways, I want to help you with that. So let's go over some stats real quick. 2021, month supply of inventory was 2.3 months. For those of you that don't know, month supply of inventory, when we get into the 5 to 6 month range, is considered to be tipping over into a buyer's market. So 2021, we're very much heavily into a seller's market. 2022, we're at 2.7 months supply of inventory, which still means very heavy seller's market. 2023, we hit the 3-month threshold, so now we're into 3.1 months of supply. And then last year, we actually ended at 3.7 months supply of inventory. So what does all this mean? How do you break it all down? I know I don't have a bunch of time with you guys on here, but really what this means to me is that on the scale of 5 months, anytime you get into about that half range, we are very well headed towards a buyer's market, but we're not there yet. And so when you have people that come into your life and in your world that ask you, well, Bruce, tell me, I've heard it's a seller's market. What does that look like? Well, we all know, and we all should know, if you're not paying attention to the hot sheets, you're not looking at stats every day, you guys need to be following exactly all the price reductions, all the new inventory, all of the stuff that's sold to wrap your head around what the market's doing. And so when somebody asks me about the market, I don't sit there and tell them that we're in a seller's market when there's a ton of listings sitting. And on the flip side, I don't tell people that we're headed into a buyer's market when there's tons of listings that are going under contract with multiple offers, or if not, maybe not multiple offers, but within the first day on the market. So you see, when somebody asks me about the market or about what type of market we're in, buyer or seller, I say, look, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, to be honest with you, that's a fantastic question. What I really want you to know is that each property has its own specific market right now. And I know that sounds weird, but what I want to explain to you is that when a property is listed within the comparable range, possibly even into the middle to low end of that range, but has all of the finishes and bells and whistles that a buyer's looking for, buyers will absolutely be willing to have a multiple offer situation to get the property that they desire to the point that they don't have to put in any work. And so with that type of property, with a multiple offer situation, I would consider that to be a seller's market for that specific property. But 3 doors down the block, around the corner, you could have a house in that same neighborhood, and we're seeing this all the time. Houses in that same neighborhood had a house that was listed 2 weeks ago that hasn't gone under contract, but this new one did. I would tell you that house has probably more of a buyer's market type of feel to it, right? If it's sitting on the market for longer than 2 weeks, I'd have to venture to say that my buyers could probably negotiate some terms in their favor versus competing against other buyers, taking away terms out of their favor. So there you have it, folks. I do believe in the power of understanding what type of market we're in statistically speaking, but I also believe in the power of using our voice and using our words to help people understand. So there you have it. I don't believe we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market in the generalistic view of the market. I believe that each property has its own market, and it's up to us to go out there and articulate that to our folks. Hey, I appreciate you guys so much. Happy Tuesday. Let's crush. Later.